Hello, my name's Toby and today I'm going to be talking in a little bit more detail about mesh networks. Now, if you're not sure what a mesh network is, we've made a video about it and you can find that on the Finalizing website. Now, this is the problem that mesh networks are designed to solve. You've just got your broadband fitted, you've got a shiny new router and it's working very well, and you get your mobile phone or your laptop or whatever and you test the speed here. Ooh, that's good, nice and fast. But then you move to where you actually want to use the Wi-Fi and this happens. Now this is where you really want to be to use the Wi-Fi. You test again. Nah, no good. That distance means the Wi-Fi is not doing what you need it to do. And this could be where a mesh network can be very, very useful. Now, the thing about a mesh network is it sets up in effect one big aerial that covers the whole of your house. No awkward dead spots, no places where you're not going to be able to get the Wi-Fi signal you need. They're fairly straightforward. They come a plastic box a bit like this. There are many different types and they're actually reasonably easy to set up because the manufacturers have spent time thinking about how to make a lot of it automatic. So, this is mine. I'm going to start the process. Very simple. You need to connect it to your router. So I simply plug that into the back of the router there, and somewhere on the box there'll be a little place you can plug it in, so I will plug it in there like that, and that's it. Plug it into the wall and that will start to boot itself up, ready for the next stage. As is often the case in life, one is never enough. This is okay, but to make it really work, I need more. I've actually got a 3-pack, cost me about £180, and the next stage is to place this one so it can talk to this one and build up a network all around my house. Now, they send wireless signals to each other, they send a Wi-Fi signal to each other. That doesn't go well through thick walls or walls with metal, but glass, doorways, no problem at all. So I'm going to take this one and its power pack and I'm going to wander down to the other end of the house and place this somewhere where it can see this one, they can talk, and my mesh network will start to be created. So I've got my second mesh unit, and looking around I think it might go rather unobtrusively on the bookshelf. Now that one can see that one, which means they can build up a mesh network between them, and also that will go through the ceiling. This type of Wi-Fi goes quite easily through ceilings, so when I put my third one upstairs I will have a network that covers the whole of my house. So I'm just going to put the power cable in and we'll see how it works. So I've now got my third unit. Remember, it's going to talk to the one downstairs. It doesn't need anything else other than the power supply. So I simply plug that in, put it somewhere suitable, plug in the power, and we're ready for the final step, which is using the app to set everything up and make sure that your mesh network is working. So now we've got our first mesh unit here connected to the router. We've got one over there, we've got one upstairs. Now's the time to get out your app and set them up and make sure that they're all working properly. So the first thing to do is there will be some way of setting each of these devices up on the app, and you'll need to go through that for each one. You can probably give them a different name or different locations so you can identify which one is doing what. Then you can test the network. Now, what I've got here is we've got one in the living room, we've got one in the kitchen, we've got one upstairs, which is exactly what I've placed around the house. Let's see how the mesh is working. So I test the mesh like that. Takes a moment. There you go, mesh test complete, and what it's saying, great connection, your job is done. Now there's one last thing you need to think about. You've got a brand new mesh network that is going to cover your whole house. You've also still got the network running from your old router. Now, you've got to make sure that everything, smart TVs, all your laptops, all your computers, everything are connected to the new mesh network, include things like printers. Otherwise, you might find that things don't work properly. And if you want to be clever about it, the thing to do is turn off the Wi-Fi from this one, and then you won't have any worries at all. Everything will only see this and you can connect to that. Hopefully, that will leave you with a far better connected house and none of these awkward dead spots, and you will move seamlessly from place to place with your Wi-Fi working perfectly. And if you've got any more questions about Wi-Fi, broadband or anything like that, go to the Fastshare website. We're always putting up new films that are hoping to answer all your questions, and you should find everything you need there.